to something a little bit more domestic, and we're going to talk about Medicare, as you can see behind us. So Mark Rogers, who's now known as Grandpa Mark, is a retired computer programmer who set up a website called savemedicare.org, and recently he was served with a letter of demand from the Australian government insisting that he take down his website because they say he's breached copyright in the Medicare logo and has engaged in misleading or deceptive conduct. Nick, I see this as a shutdown of free speech. What do you reckon?
Are we allowed to use that graphic?
Right,
that's a very good question.
Right.
We may well get a letter of demand.
Well, you know what? I would doubt that. I don't know, maybe it does have the word Medicare on it. I suppose the government invented the word Medicare. I did do a little research. This story interests me. I went straight to government website, which tells you how to use Australia's colours, gives you a little background on the history of green and gold. Yeah. It says when you use them, you should butt them together. Don't interfere with the, the contrast between the two colours. And it even gives you the colour codes that are the proper Australian green and gold, right? And it says, go forth and use your Australian colours with our blessing. I think the government is having a bit of a laugh here and probably drawing more attention to itself than it needs to.
Yeah.
Definitely drawn more attention to his website than it ever got before.
Totally. Actually, let's just remind our audience, in case you didn't get that, it's www.savemedicare.org. We'll show you right now a screenshot of the website. Sash, what do you reckon about this? I mean, we were talking about this off air. You thought maybe this is a sign of an agenda.
Oh, it could be an agenda, but I think at the same time, the guy put up the website in December 2014.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't actually catch on to this until now, until it's useful to them.
Yeah.
You know, and it just shows that they're scared. Nick, you're right. You know, I believe that.
No, I wasn't doing it. I was thinking of something else. I wasn't rolling my eyes at you.
Why?
I apologise.
He's shocked that you agree with him.
I was giving you a rap, man. I was saying you were right. He just goes, oh, God damn, you look like my wife. God. I've seen that face before. But yeah, I think they're using it for political points. But what I found interesting was the way that the government has gone in and they've used the whole website issue as well. They're trying to get them on the domain name. They've gone all out on this. Yeah. They're not leaving any stone unturned. No. And it does reek of fear.
Well, they don't like what he's saying. If it was Medicare's great, let's like rip the guts out of it, I'm sure there would be no problem. But I'll tell you what, they're a bunch of hypocrites when it comes to this. You might remember a couple of years ago, me and Sash came across a story where we noticed that the national anthem and indeed the green and gold was being used in TAB campaign selling gambling, right? And now the copyright to all that stuff can be used by anyone. There are various rules, but for commercial use, I think in that case the Prime Minister's office had to sign off, or some high body within government has to sign off and approve its use. So it's like this guy is a taxpayer who's got legitimate concerns about a great health care system that the government really kind of does want to rip the guts out of, right? Like, matter of opinion, but also seems to be true. And yet, with the other hand, they're saying, oh, like, by all means, TAB, go ahead and use the national song to spruik gambling.
They've got to sue all the other MPs who use the Medicare logo throughout their campaigns.
They have actually, that has been raised in the discussion because there was apparently a letter of demand also sent to the Labor Party because they also used the colours in their campaign material. But what I thought was interesting is, you have this clear assault on free speech because that's what this man is doing. He's putting out his opinion.
What's he meant to refer to it as?
I don't know.
How's he meant to get his message across? It's Medicare.
But, I want to know, this is what I want to know. Where is Andrew Bolt? Where is Senator James Patterson? Where is Senator David Leyonhjelm? Where is Senator Pauline Hanson? Where is Senator Malcolm Roberts? These are the people who are spearheading a free speech campaign in this country. They are gunning for Section 18C of the Racial Discrimination Act, and you don't hear anything from them on a clear assault on free speach. So that's the question I want to put out there.
Censorship. Copyright used as censorship.
That's what's happening. So I mean, I must say that's the question that I want to ask. Where are these, so-called free speech?
Can I answer?
Yeah.
I think Pauline Hanson's fighting with Rod Culleton. I think David Leyonhjelm may still be in a pub in Brisbane. And
Yes, that's
I'm
right.
not
There's a
sure
story
what
about
happened
that
to
in
the
The
other
Guardian.
ones, but that's my theory.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
That's
anyway,
wildly wrong.
I just think if you're going to fight for free speech, you should fight for it everywhere. I mean, another thing that it did remind me of is, of course, about the gags on whistleblowers in the asylum seeker context. So you know that if you're a teacher or a welfare worker in Nauru or Manus Island, then you can be jailed for actually speaking to the press or speaking up about conditions in detention. So, you know, to me,
Are we a democracy? Are we a democracy?
It's a very selective
And this is
way that the
everywhere
rules are
around the
applied.
world.
New South Wales.
It's like we pitch ourselves as this great free nation, but when it boils down to it, regardless of what party they come from or what colour, creed, whatever it may be, they're always going to try and preserve their own power and twist the rules to try and do that. Look at Mike Baird. This is off the topic. Mike Baird has changed the rules regarding the ICAC and the makeup of it.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah,
And you
I
know
know.
what? I think you make a great point just by saying, you know, these people are there whenever something, whenever something that hurts somebody else is happening, they advocate their right to say hurtful things about other people. You know, fine. But like you say, fight the battle everywhere. Look, this guy's trying to say something else.
Exactly, I
It's
agree.
not in the remit.
I'm
They don't
totally
care.
with you.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, we'll wrap up on this, but I just wanted to tell our audience members that if you are as enraged about this as we are, you can go to Get Up and sign their petition to give support to Mark Rogers.